Hey, everybody, let me tell you something. And this is not a popular opinion. People don't talk about this. They actually will say the opposite, but I'm going to tell you the truth about something. You do care what people think about you. You care what people think about you, but let me explain to you. It has to be people who are significant in your life. I was sitting back thinking about this. I do a lot of thinking. I'm an extremely analytical woman, and I go in deep thoughts about a lot. And for so many years, I've heard people tell this big lie. It's a myth to me that you can't care what people say about you. You can't care what people think about you. What other people think about you is not your concern. But let me explain something to you. You need to be concerned when it comes to particular people about what they think about you. But it all depends on who these people are. Insignificant people and their thoughts about you or things that they say about you, you should not really care about that. If I wake up and I leave out my house and somebody that lives in my neighborhood says, hey, that girl is ugly. That girl is too fat. I don't like that hat she's wearing. I don't like those gym shoes she has on. I don't like the car that she drives. Whatever other people have to say about me, the thing about it is that if you're not significant in my life, it's coming in one ear and going out the other. So in cases like that, I totally can understand somebody saying, oh, you can't get caught up in what people say. Yeah, I'm not going to get caught up in what somebody says who I don't know. If I don't know you and you're not in my life, my neighbors, I'm sorry, don't take this the wrong way, but my neighbors really are not significant to me. I'm not friends with my neighbors. Do I speak to my neighbors? When I leave out my house, yes, I speak to my neighbors. I wave at them if I see them. Not all of them, but some of them. I'll say hi. If they are in my view and I see them, and I'm leaving out for work in the morning, I'm coming home from work, and I see them standing outside, they sitting on the porch, or they pulling up in front of me parking too, because a lot of us get home at the same time from work. I'll say, hey, how you doing? But if you're not really significant to me, no, I don't care about what you're talking about. Now, let me explain to you why you do care what people think about you. You care about what people think about you, but again, it depends on who it is. As a mother or as a father, as a grandparent, as an auntie, as an uncle, as a cousin, as whoever, if you have children or grandchildren, or you have nieces or nephews or a cousin, people that you care about, that you're close to, and they have a certain perception of you or they have certain thoughts about you, you indeed care what they say about you and you care about what they think about you. Because if your children has a certain perception of you that is not true or is distorted, or they say something about you that is not true, you are going to work hard to clear up what it is they think about you, because you love your children. You love your grandparents. You love your mother. You love your father. You love your nieces and nephews. You love your cousins. And your blood, you might beef with them. You might get into it with them. You might not even like a lot of them, because I don't. But when it comes to particular people in my family, I absolutely and I humbly say, I care about what they think about me. Because if they have a certain perception about me or they've heard something about me that is not true, that is going to cause them to view me a certain way. That's going to cause them to talk to me a certain kind of way. That's going to cause them to either reject me. That's going to cause them to not want to be around me. And that's going to cause them to just overall treat me a certain kind of way, because they have a perception of me that is not true. So I do care what my loved ones think about me. I have 2 children. You think I don't care about what my kids think about me? I absolutely care what my children think about me. Now, it's a given. When it comes to your children, children have a perception of their parents, and sometimes the perception is not 100% right. And until they become a grown man and a grown woman and they look back on their experience with you growing up, a lot of things about you and how you move and how you act, your children are not going to understand that. My father is deceased. God rest his beautiful soul. I still have my mother, but a lot of perceptions that I had of my mother and father when I was young, when I was a little girl and when I was a teenager, when I got grown, I didn't have those perceptions of them. I didn't have those perceptions of them because I started to learn about them. I learned more about their background. I learned more about what they experienced. I learned about my mother and father's trauma. So initially, what I perceived about them and what I thought about them and even things I said about them, I was singing a different tune. So I'm telling you all, you care. All I see on social media is people talking about, oh, y'all care too much what people think about you. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people say about me. You absolutely care about what people say about you, but it depends on who it is. It depends on who it is. If it's a man or woman in your life and you love them, some of you are madly in love with the man or woman in your life. Hey, I'm not mad at you. I desire that one day. But for those of you, you are madly, deeply, and truly, purely in love with your husband or your wife. You are going to be bothered if your husband or wife has a perception of you or thinks certain things about you that is not true. You are going to break your neck to try to change how they view you. If they think your disposition is a certain way, you are going to work overtime to say, hey, look, babe, that's not what you seeing with me. You ever come across somebody that you really care about? It could be a really close friend. It could be one of your beautiful children. It could be your mother. It could be your father. And they will sit and have a list of things that they think about you. Oh, you kind of mean. Oh, you arrogant. Oh, you're standoffish. You're this, you're that. They'll say all these things about you. And you will be looking at them like, what? What are you talking about? Like, no, seriously, what the hell are you talking about? Where are you getting this stuff from? And until you break down and communicate with people, the significant people, the people that matter, keep focused, people, because I'm telling you, we care about what people think about us, but it depends on who it is. Until you break down what the people who are significant in your life perceive of you, and you get an understanding of that, you are always going to be hurt and offended by what these particular people think about you. You need to be concerned about what your boss thinks about you at your job. You know why? Because when it's promotion time, if one comes into your company and they question the boss about you and they're thinking of elevating people, you need to care about what they perceive of you. Because sometimes bosses at your job, they hear things about you from coworkers. And sometimes it's lies being told on you. You care about that. Don't try to put on the front. See, I'm tired of running into people in my life and just the whole social media thing where people keep trying to take on this air, or they have this attitude that they don't care about anything. They don't care about what's being said about them. But you need to actually care. Now, I'm not saying be obsessed. Don't be obsessed with what people are out here saying about you. Don't be down in the dumps. Don't go into a depression. Don't start trying to commit suicide because people are thinking this stuff about you. And you can't function because you care so much about what everybody is thinking. But you should care when it comes to particular people in your life. You need to care about what they think about you. Don't spend a lot of time there. But if it's people that you love and they have a certain perception of you and it's not true, you need to sit them down and conversate. Have a conversation with them. Have a discussion with them. And let them know that what they're perceiving about you or what they're picking up about you is not true. Because people's perceptions of you and things that come out of people's mouth, things that people say about you, is coming from some place. It could be from something that they heard. A lie could have been told on you. They could have seen you in a certain scenario and they misjudged you off that scenario. So in my video message, all I'm saying is that you definitely care about what people think about you. You need to care about what particular people think and say about you, but it has to be people who are significant. If it's someone that you love, if it's someone that you care about, if it's someone that you close friends with, if it's someone that you start to date and you have feelings for them and you want it to flourish and blossom into a relationship where you all are exclusive or you're thinking about marriage, if they have a certain perception about you or they think certain things about you, you need to care. You do care. Yeah, it may be a few of you that really don't care. I don't think it's that many out here. But I think most people, we care about what others think about us. But the people that I care, that think certain things about me, you better trust and believe, baby, they are significant.